What's going on, guys? So in today's video, we are going to be talking about my new set of Bose L1 Pro 32 along with the Bose Sub 2, as you can see right in front of you here. So if you've been following me in the past, you know that I have owned pretty much any Bose speaker that you can think of. And I have got to say, hands down, these are the best Bose speaker they have ever made. And I would give this a 10 out of 10 over all of the other Bose speaker, including the Bose 812 F1 Sub. So let's go ahead and talk more about it as to why I believe, and like I said, this to be the best Bose speaker ever created. So the Bose L1 Pro, as you may or may not know, they come in three different versions. First is the Bose L1 Pro 8, and then the Bose L1 Pro 16, and lastly is the Bose L1 Pro 32, as you can see right here, which are the long set of speaker right there. So if you want to check out the other one, Pro 8 and the Pro 16, I have already did a review for those as well, so you can feel free to check that out. I'll leave the link in the description as well. And I got these for a pretty good price. I will leave the link to where I got this in the description box down below as well. That way you can check it out for yourself and grab you a pair or just one of these while they are still on sale for a good price. All right, so why are this called the Bose L1 Pro 32? Because inside of this speaker linear array right here, they have 32 2-inch speakers in there. And when they are shipped and delivered to you, the one thing that I really like about Bose is, of course, this entire speaker array is separated into two ports. So let me go ahead and show you. The first piece on top, as you can see over here, the top piece have the Bose logo on it. So it is separated at right about here. So you can disconnect them, and the second piece will come a port as well. And they both will fit nicely inside of this carrying bag that comes with the speaker as well. And the bottom part of the speaker will fit perfectly in here. So everything fits in the package that comes inside the box, which is really, really nice. Now, the one thing that I was quite surprised of is the way this entire array is connected to the base. It is actually pretty firm, much firmer than the L1 Pro 8 or especially L1 Pro 16. This stick, even though it has 32 speakers in there, but it is much firmer and hold better in place compared to the L1 Pro 32. But anyway, this is the base, guys. And if you have owned the Bose S1 Pro, which is a much smaller version, the portable version that has the built-in battery, then you will know how to use the EQ for this L1 Pro 32 because it works exactly the same. A little bit different is the way you control the bass, treble, and the echo. Well, so here's a power button. So let's go ahead and power this on. So another nice thing I really like is, so if you order the Sub 1 or the Sub 2, you will get the cable, the power cable that comes with the Sub, and you can get the power directly from the Pro 32 right here. So all you have to do is connect one power cable from the Pro 32 to the Pro 32 speaker, right? And then you can connect the power cable right here. This is the Sub 2 power cable from this unit directly over to the Sub 2 itself. That way you do not have to connect another power cable separately for the Sub 2. Same goes for the Sub 1. So whichever Sub you get, you can do that as well. So you have the three inputs right here, and that's the output. You have the tone match input for the mixer, so you can use the T4, T6, or T8 mixer directly from Bose. So right here, of course, this has a wireless Bluetooth feature, auxiliary input as well with 3.5 millimeter. And now all three channels right here, you have the mute and unmute button at any time you want to mute any three of the channels. So the one thing that's very nice with this speaker, which is very similar to the S1 Pro, is the way you control the volume, treble, bass, and the reverb. So all you have to do is switch from volume, treble, bass, and reverb is press down on the knob right here. It goes from your volume to treble, to bass, to reverb, and then to control these different things, all you have to do is turn the knob right or left to increase or decrease it, which is very nice. Instead of having three different knobs or four different knobs for four different things, all you have to do is use this one knob to press down to change it. And of course, all channel has built-in tone match. You can switch the controller over to mic, instrument, or off, which sounds amazing no matter what you have it on, guys. And I really like this to use this speaker to sing karaoke and for big gigs, weddings, and things like that, parties, amazing. And this is the EQ for the entire speaker for all three channels. You can leave it on off. Live music or speech, of course, music has the most bass in it. Now, it also has a little input right here, USB-C input right here for you to upgrade or update the firmware in this speaker whenever you need to. So now let's go ahead and talk more about the Sub 2 right here, Bose Sub 2 unit. Now this right here is very, very powerful. In my opinion, this sounds even better than the F1 Sub, which is one of the biggest sub previously found from Bose. But anyway, the different construction or the way they designed this speaker is behind here. Instead of the F2, they have like, I believe, two 10-inch sub back there. This has a 10-inch by 18 inches. So it's like an oval. So Bose call it a racetrack, sub back there, which give it a 1,000 watt power, which is amazing, guys. And every single time, well, I don't want to say every single time, but 9 out of 10 times when I turn this thing on and we have a party going on, my neighbors would complain, call the police, and I'll have to turn it down. That is how powerful it is. And I only have one of it in the house because it just sounds so amazing. And I have to most of the time I have to turn the sub down because most of the people would, even the guests would say that, dang, this thing give out a lot of bass. And it's hard for me to show you or demonstrate to you on the camera here because the camera would not be able to catch the true low depth of the sub right here. But what I can tell you is this thing could even knock out the F1 sub from Bose. But anyway, the dimension, this one is a little bit bigger than the Sub 1. So this is Sub 2. It is about 27 inches, 27.2 to be exact, from top to bottom, 12 inches from left to right, and about 22 inches from front to back. So that way you know the exact dimension and you know where you can place it. As you can see, I have it right there. The setup looks pretty nice and clean. Now, I really did not need it the second Pro 32, but I wanted it to look even and nice on both sides. So I went ahead and got another Pro 32 without the sub, of course, because I believe just one Sub 2 is enough. But of course, a second one would sound even better in my opinion. It's just that, over there, if I put a Sub 2 there or a Sub 1, it will kind of be blocking the hallway right there, and the speaker will be covering like half of the hallway. But anyway, you also have the handle on top of the Sub 2 right here, so you can easily carry this around. And again, the Pro 32 has built-in Bluetooth, wireless Bluetooth feature, so I can connect it directly to my TV. So I can connect this one Pro 32 to my TV, and then what I did is I output with the XLR from this speaker over to the second Pro 32. Or if you want, you can also get one of this wireless guitar receiver and transmitter. It also works that way, but a lot of time it gets interference from your phone and other devices during parties. When you have a lot of people, it tends to get interference. So I just use the XLR cable instead and connect this Pro 32 over to this Pro 32. But like I said, guys, my house is under 3,000 square foot. And even with just one Pro 32, it sounds amazing. It covers up the entire house. But with the second speaker, with the second Pro 32, it fills in all the little bitty empty spaces that, you might not get somewhere over here or way out back in the house. But again, you do not need the full 32 over here. You may just need to get one Pro 32, and then over here, you may just need another small S1 Pro. That way you save a lot of money. But again, if you are like a maniac like me, I love these speakers so much. I love the way it looks. I love the way it sounds. So I went ahead and got two of them. And the one over here, as you can see, this is the XLR cable. I connected from the other speaker, and then it just goes straight to here. And then the second channel, you can just leave all the setting on, on the manual, in the middle. That way it sounds exactly like the other speaker over there. This second one over here, again, without the sub, all I'm doing right here is just filling in the look and the little bitty empty spaces between the inside the house that the other one will not fill up. But again, you will not notice much of a difference if you were not to have the second one, let's say if this second was not here and you're just listening to 132 and the Sub 2, it would sound amazing already just as well, regardless if you're using it just to listen to music or play drum, or the entire band for that matter, because I am in a band as well and I use these for the band. Or you can just use it to sing karaoke, live band, whatever it is. It sounds amazing. And chances are you will be more than happy with the sub, with the bass, with the power you are getting out of the Sub 2 right here, guys. So once again, oh, and for the Pro 32, of course, the highs, the mids, it's all there. Everything you need is there inside of this Pro 32 Sub 2 setup right here, guys. You don't need anything else. You don't need any other mixer. Personally, to me, everything is good in here. I just plug in my wireless microphone, connect the drum, the guitar, the bass guitar, the piano, and we're ready to jam, guys. You can have an entire gig setup with just these right here, guys. So overall, I love them. In my personal opinion, these are the best speaker ever created by Bose, and thank them so much for creating this speaker. I love them, and again, guys, check them out. I will leave the link to it in the description box down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on these and which one you own, the L1 Pro 8 or Pro 16 or the Pro 32 right here. I have personally owned all three, and of course, after purchasing these two, I got rid and sold my Pro 8 and Pro 16 and just keep these right here because I love them so much. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.